Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with EG Justin Marvelous Wong. Justin, how are you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, doing pretty good.
You liking your time here in Vancouver so far?
Yeah, I mean, we don't come to Vancouver often, so the last time was like the last Canada Cup in Vancouver, and it was really fun. Like, I had a blast, so I'm really glad to be back again.
Yeah, man, I want to congratulate you on your recent win, Northwest Majors. You've been doing so well in this game. Right now, I was talking to K-Brad earlier in commentary, and he was saying that you are the world's best in this game. Although he hates on a lot of your other characters. He says, unless you're playing Karen, you're the best. What do you feel about that?
Well, I don't think I'm the world's best. I just want to prove that I'm the best, hopefully by EVO. I do really love Karen. That's just the girl I always play with in Alpha 3, Capcom Fighting Jam, so it really makes me happy that she's in this game. Like, it's been 10 years since the last release. But I've been really feeling some Alex lately. But I also do enjoy playing characters in general. So a lot of people haven't been playing Alex or Guile, so I kind of want to maybe pave the way and give them some advice on how to play those characters.
No, that's really awesome. I've been loving a lot of your Alex, even as much as K-Brad hates on it. Now, I remember I talked to you about, I think it's been 2-3 years now, man. It's crazy how time flies. It was back in April Duels, and I actually asked you your top 5 characters that you wanted to see in Street Fighter 4, and Karen, I think, was your #1 pick. So I'm really happy that she's really worked out for you so far. Now, I got to ask you now, with all this DLC coming out and the Capcom CEO talking about, they're not really happy where the game is right now and they want to really update it a lot, who are your top 3 characters you want to come as DLC right now?
Personally, I don't care. I don't need a DLC. I think the fact that Karen's in the game, that's all I care about. So I really don't need anybody else. But I mean, if I'm forced to choose, if someone pointed a gun in my head and said you have to choose, I would say Necro, Skullomania from EX, and maybe like Ingrid from Capcom Fighting Jam.
No Dockrine Dark, man? Remember him? That's what I asked you last time. Okay, that's 3 very interesting picks so far. That's really cool. Now, I got to ask, EVO season is coming up right now, and, people are saying, you're the best, and people are saying, Infiltration or Daigo. And so now, who are your top 3 threats right now going into EVO? Who are you most worried about? And the 3 people you are kind of probably don't want to get matched up against right away?
I think I'm comfortable in a lot of matchups in general, but I guess if I I want to avoid somebody in tournament. I don't know about like the actual person, but I do want to avoid really good Chun-Li players. If I can avoid really good Chun-Li players, then I will be happy.
Wow, very interesting. So I guess you're not really confident in the Karen versus Chun-Li match?
Yeah, when West Coast Warzone, Filipino man bodied me. And it's really hard for Karen to beat Chun-Li. I've been working on Alex, but I do think that Alex loses to Chun-Li as well. So if I don't master the matchup by then I would have to try to work on a secondary by then, just for Chun-Li.
Wow, very, very interesting. Good to know. Now, enough about the Street Fighter V talk. There has been some recent news about Disney that I'm sure you've heard about. The fact that they've, just been only wanting to publish games, and there's been a lot of talk about a little game you might know so well called Marvel vs. Capcom, and a sequel with Marvel vs. Capcom 4. What would you want to see in Marvel 4, and what would you want Capcom to kind of do right in this game compared to, I guess, the previous release?
I think the way Capcom made Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was actually perfect. It's a love and hate relationship. Obviously, it's a game that gets you hype, but also a game that gets you salty because of the mechanics, X Factor, and everything. But I think that's what makes the game very exciting and also gives people confidence into playing these games competitively. And I also like the X Factor just because without X Factor, it would make so many other characters just irrelevant. Like how Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was, where there was only there was 4 gods, and everyone else was just assists, and then after that, everyone was just unplayable, right? So Marvel vs. Capcom 3, yeah, you have your low tiers, but with the right synergy and the right tools, and with X Factor, no matter what, every team's a threat. Especially if you got your stuff down. So I really think if Marvel vs. Capcom 4 does come out, Obviously, we want to see some new characters. Um, I personally want to see Sigma from the Mega Man series.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like a lot of other characters, like from the new movies, like right, like you have Ant-Man. Like, there's so many Marvel movies coming out.
Yeah, Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther. I think there's gonna be a lot of cool, interesting characters. I know Capcom, Marvel Capcom 3, they had like a thing where they said, oh yeah, we had Doctor Octopus, but he was just too complicated. Maybe this time it won't be.
Oh, okay. No, very, very interesting. And here's hoping. And I'm sure you're crossing your fingers. But yeah, man, and Marvel's Capcom 4 Disney, you guys heard it here from Justin Wong himself. But thank you so much for this interview, my friend. And it's so good to see you here in Vancouver. For everything more with the FGC, stay here at the AirBehr Dojo.